Hello and welcome back to the channel. This video is part of this month's banners collaboration, and the theme was chosen by our good friend at PoshCats Camping.
So the idea behind this collaboration is to talk about the best and worst decisions we've made, either about our leisure vehicle or the travels we've made.
Before we get started, do take a moment to watch the other videos in the collaboration, as we're sure they'll have some really interesting decisions to share as well.
You'll find a link to the full playlist in the comment section and also in a card at the end of the video. So we're focusing entirely on the good decisions that really paid off on our long winter tour through France, Spain, Portugal and Gibraltar. This trip has actually gone very smoothly overall, which is why we don't have any sort of major regrets or disasters to share. Just a series of decisions that made things better, easier or more comfortable along the way. One of the very best decisions we made before this trip was getting a diesel heater fitted in the motorhome. Even though we're travelling in Spain, winter nights can be surprisingly chilly, especially once the sun goes down. The diesel heater kicks in quickly, keeps the space nice and cosy. That means we're not layering up with coats and blankets just to have breakfast or to relax in the evening. It's made a huge difference to our comfort, especially for Antonia, who hates the cold. At night in the mountains and only mornings it can feel close to freezing. Honestly, it's something we wouldn't travel without again, especially for any trips between late autumn and early spring. Another great decision was upplating the motorhome before setting off. This basically increased our legal payload limit from 3,800 kilograms to 4,000 kilograms, meaning we could carry more equipment and supplies without worrying about being overweight. On a long trip like this, with different climates and off-grid stops, you tend to pack a bit of everything. So having that extra capacity made a big difference. It gave us much more flexibility in what we could bring, and more importantly, peace of mind that we were staying within the legal limits while fully loaded. We also decided to add an extra gas bottle, and honestly it's been a huge benefit on this trip. Having that second bottle gives us much more freedom to stay off grid for longer periods without constantly worrying about how much gas we've got left. It's especially important for keeping the fridge running reliably when we're off grid and not near a petrol station with LPG gas. On a trip this long where we've had several stops at Ayers without mains hook-up, it's given us the peace of mind, and it saved us a few trips to refill when it wasn't convenient. We'd definitely recommend it for anyone planning extended off-grid travel. Another very sensible decision was fitting 3 peak mountain tyres before setting off. These are all season tyres that meet the required standards for driving in snowy or wintry conditions, and they've really given us the confidence on the roads in a wide range of weather. We've gone through areas where temperatures dropped and we might have needed snow chains in the past, but with these tyres we didn't need to worry. Not only does that save space and weight in the van, not having to carry snow chains, but it also means less hassle when the weather changes unexpectedly, and would absolutely recommend it to anyone travelling during the winter months or crossing mountains. We're also really glad we brought along the Quest Screen House Pro Gazebo. That's a long name, isn't it? While staying in Benidorm, it's been a fantastic addition to our setup, giving us a brilliant amount of extra covered space just outside the motorhome. It's allowed us to store some of our bulkier items, things like chairs, tables, water, drinks and other gear. It's all outside but still protected, which in turn has freed up loads of space inside the van. It also gives us a nice shaded area to sit, cook or just spread out a bit more when we're parked up for a while. On a longer stay like this, the extra room really matters, and it's made day-to-day living far less cramped and far more comfortable. Definitely one of those worth the space decisions we'd make again without hesitation. And finally, our best decision on this entire trip was we chose not to pre-book any of our campsites before we set off. That one choice gave us a huge amount of flexibility throughout the journey. If the weather changed or we want to spend more or less time in a particular area, we could simply adjust our plans. No pressure, no cancellation and no lost bookings. It also meant we didn't feel tied to a strict schedule, which is really helpful on a trip that covers this much ground. And with so many great stopovers and sites along the way, we're always able to find somewhere to stay without too much hassle. Overall, it made the whole tour feel far more spontaneous and relaxed.
So overall, we're really pleased with how this trip has gone and with the decisions we made beforehand.
Every one of these choices has added comfort, flexibility or peace of mind, and together they've helped to make this winter tour one of our most enjoyable yet.
We'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one of the best decisions you've made for your own travels or motorhome setup?
So if you'd like to see more from this journey, a trip to Spain, don't forget to check out our Spain touring videos, which are linked below. And once again, please do take a look at the other collaboration videos. You'll find a playlist linked in the comments and a card at the end of the video.
A big thank you to PoshCats Camping for choosing this month's theme.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.